Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. Part 3 of 4 Projection, Admission, Cognitive Break. I reminded her who she was and who I was at the beginning of the relationship. I told her that looking back, I don't think she ever wanted a real relationship at all. I think she wanted to get pregnant and secure child support. Her actions lined up with that. She said, "You thought that, and we had 3 babies?" With attitude. I said, "I'm not saying I thought that then. Back then, I was naive, gullible, sheltered. But in hindsight, looking back now, none of your actions ever aligned with building a long term family." She said, "Okay." I continued. I said she was contentious in every way imaginable, that she never did anything to build a family toward the future. She said, "Really?" I said, "Yes." "As soon as you're pregnant, the fits started, the chaos started. The pattern is textbook." She said, "That's crazy." I said, "What matters isn't your motivation. Pick any of 1,000. What matters is what you did. You made the person you were with miserable for a long time." I told her I grew up in a different world, one where family mattered, where the future mattered, where Thanksgiving tables, cousins, and shared holidays mattered. That's what I was building toward. She wasn't. I told her I wished she could just admit it, that there was an old version of her that was destructive. That growth looks like saying, "I was that and I'm not anymore." She said, "There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually the best thing to do." I said, "So do it." She replied, "What I hear from you is you describing yourself." I said, "That makes no sense. You can't just rubber band flip everything back onto me." She interrupted. I continued. I said when she realized she wasn't getting a fourth baby, it was over. Within a month, everything escalated: reckless, dangerous, volatile, violent. She pivoted again. I talked about her friend. She talked about her friend with 3 babies under 3. Tried to frame me as wanting a fourth child. I reminded her we already had this conversation. I recited her words back to her. She didn't remember. That's when I realized something else was wrong. I redirected to her well being. I brought up emerging studies on long term marijuana use and brain function. She interrupted. I continued. I told her the concern isn't judgment, it's that she genuinely cannot connect shared experiences we lived through together. That worries me. I told her she should know exactly what I'm talking about because she was there. She said, "That's very unfortunate." I said, "Yes, it is," and ended the call.